Jake Risha, Tommy, in the game, only a sophomore, but he has a lot of speed in motion. Miller drops back, wants to throw. He has a man open, in and out of the hands, almost intercepted out there by Ricky Phillips. That ball intended for number 8, Chad Vogler. Make it 3rd down and 5.
Great job of coverage by Ricky Phillips, the safety on the far side of the field. Lebanon playing halves of the field, basically 2 center fielders. Pitt had coverage up the sideline. Phillips, the ability to break over to the football and be the extra defensive back.
It is 3rd down and call it a long 5 for the Commandos. They need to reach right at the 41-yard line. Miller with his team up to the line. And now 2 backs in motion. That should draw a penalty flag, and it will, as Risha and Don Lefevre couldn't decide, Tommy, who wanted to go in motion, and they both did, so that'll make it 3rd down and right at 10 for the Commandos.
Right, I got to watch the Canadian Football League a little bit over the Labor Day weekend, and that's legal in Canada.
That would work in Canada, Tommy,
right,
but not here.
But you can't do that in the TSSAA. 1 man in motion is all they'll allow, and early in the football game, Hendersonville already with 2 penalties, and Lebanon apparently going to take the play, decline the penalty. It will bring up a 4th down. So Hendersonville will be looking at a 4th down and short, and they'll kick it away to Lebanon.
So 4th down and about 1.5 yards. A little bit of a surprise. Thought Lebanon back them up. They won't. Reeder is deep to receive the punt, as it is Chris Vogler to do the punting for the Commandos. Low snap, but he gets it off. Good kick. Reeder will watch it bounce at the 30, chase it to the 25, and he'll just run away from it, and the Commandos will down it at about the 24-yard line. So the Blue Devils will have it 1st down and 10 yards to go. They lead 6-0, Tommy, but they haven't had an offensive possession yet.
Well, that's a pretty good deal, Sam. If you can have a 6-0 lead and you haven't snapped the football yet, I believe that's a pretty good situation for our football team. Terry, what about that kick?
Vogler, 37 yards on the punt. No return for Lebanon. Lebanon take over on their own 24. 10-22 counting in the 1st quarter.
So Reeder will bring his team out for the first offensive possession of the game. He does have a 6-0 lead. And, Tommy, your tailback is number 20, Jade Sellers. Not Stafford, as they led us to believe at starter. Man in motion, they'll give it to Sellers, straight up the middle. He bounces outside, on his feet, 30, 35, 40, still going. Wrestled down at the 47-yard line by Trey O'Donohoe, but Tommy, he was just about gone.
Sam, that's the Jade Sellers of old. Sellers breaking the football on the lead play, making a move at the line of scrimmage. Terry, a good run for Jade.
From the 24 up to Lebanon's 47, 23 yards, 1st down for Lebanon.
So 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils, their own 47-yard line. As Reeder comes to the line, Sellers is your tailback, Grissom the fullback. 2 wide receivers in the game. Jerry in motion, quick throw, great pass by Reeder, forget it, and gone for the touchdown is Elliott Carson. And Tommy, if you are looking for a low-scoring game, I think we better turn this one around.
Man, oh man, the hot pass wide open to Elliott Carson, the junior. And when he got past the initial defense, it was all over. Had to be blown coverage by Hendersonville. Reeder to Carson. Terry, what about the pass and catch?
From the Lebanon 47 for a touchdown, 53 yards, Elliott Carson from Jason Reeder.
Man, that will get you rocking and rolling early in the football game, as Presley will come in once again to attempt the PAT. Gannon will snap it to Reeder for Presley's attempt.
Presley missed the first extra point attempt, and with 9:23 in this 1st quarter, it's already 12-0 Blue Devils. As they line up for the extra point, Reeder says he's ready, and the flag flies, though, from back judge, and we may be backing up 5 yards. Too much time, they say, on it is the call. That'll back the Blue Devils up 5 yards.
And they're going to change kickers. It looks like Zachary's going to come in to attempt the PAT as they backed it up 5 yards. They're going to spot it on the 10. Presley with a little more accuracy than Zachary, but Zachary maybe with a little more leg strength.
So he'll now kick from the 15, so a 25-yard extra point instead of the standard 20. Reeder gets set, snap down. Zachary's kick is up, and it as well is no good. So the score in the first quarter, the Blue Devils strike again. It's 12-0. We'll be back in just a moment.
Hello, I'm Megan Davis, a sophomore varsity football cheerleader at Lebanon High School. We're at Piggly Wiggly with Mr. Alan Bain. We would like to say thank you for your support and present to you these Lebanon football souvenirs.
Thank you. Piggly Wiggly is proud to support the Lebanon Blue Devil football program.
Go Lebanon!
3 left in the first quarter. Lebanon has scored again as Elliott Carson catches a 53-yard touchdown pass. The extra point is no good. Lebanon leading 12-0.
Zachary kicks off. It will come to the up back about the 18. He's not sure what to do. Not sure if he called a fair catch or not. That's LaShawn Pillow at the 17-yard line. No flags fly, so give it to the Commandos. First down and 10 yards to go from their own 17-yard line. 9:21 remaining in the first quarter, Tommy, and 12-0. This is obviously what the Blue Devils wanted to do tonight.
John, down to you on the sideline. What's the mood on that Blue Devil side of the field?
Tommy, to say they're excited would be a very big understatement. I tell you what, with the offensive showing the first 2 plays of the first quarter, the Blue Devils are ready to play tonight.
So Miller with his team up to the line, now trailing 12-0. He has the wingbacks behind him. O'Donohoe is the main man, and again, 2 backs in motion. As the handoff goes to O'Donohoe, he gets to about the 23-yard line, but Tommy, Hendersonville does not look quite as sharp this evening as they may have been last week against Maplewood.
Now the penalty's starting to pile up and some confusion in that backfield. I don't know if they've got a terminology problem or just, you know, Sam, this is going to happen. They've got a lot of young kids playing. They've got 7 or 8 sophomores, depending upon who's in the game at what time, on that offensive side of the football at any given snap. And that's going to happen with young guys.
Well, both Risha and Lefevre, who are in the backfield that have been caught both times on this motion, are just sophomores, Tommy, so that may happen to them from time to time.
But you know, the great thing about having sophomores on your football team is at some point they become juniors and seniors, and that experience winds up helping them later on down the road.
So make it first down and 15. The ball now at the 14-yard line of the Commandos, as that's their 3rd penalty of the ball game, as Miller will bring his team up to the line. And Risha has left the game. LaShawn Pillow is on the far side. Man in motion is Bill Lawrence. Turn and gives it to the wingback. He gets about the 19, does Lefevre. So he gets back about the yardage they lost on the penalty. 2nd down and 10 yards to go as he picks up 5, Tommy.
Ryan Alds on the tackle, and I noticed Ryan grabbing at the football. Lebanon's defense trying to make another big play as Alds on the tackle, but also reaching out that big paw and trying to tear that football loose.
Risha and Matt Case back into the game for the Commandos. LaShawn Pillow was going out. Now he will stay in, and Case will leave. Yep. Excuse me, Lefevre will leave. Somebody left, Tommy. I'm not sure who. 2nd down, call it 9. As man in motion is Risha. He will get the ball off the right side, tries to cut back up inside, doesn't get anything. Back to the line of scrimmage, Trey Reynolds out there, and now penalty flags fly as looks like O'Donohoe and Ryan Alds, Tommy, almost looked like they were in a little bit of a shoving match on the far side of the field.
That was away from the football. I didn't get a good chance to take a look at that. And let's see what they're going to call. Personal foul against Hendersonville, so the wheel's starting to come off of the Commando wagon. Terry, let's see what they're going to do on this mark-off. 3 penalties for 15 so far.
3 penalties so far, Tommy. A big difference from last week when Columbia committed only 1 penalty the whole game, and that's for 5 yards.
Tommy, I'm not really sure that O'Donohoe is doing the most smartest thing. He's only 5'9", 185, and he was picking on Ryan Alds, who's 6'1", 260. That's not really a fight I'd want to get in.
No, that's too big a differential to be tangling with Ryan Alds. And normally when Alds arrives at the football, he kind of gets there in a bad mood.
So it'll be 3rd down for the Commandos. That penalty comes after the play, so it's almost 20 yards. They're inside the 10, and Miller will just turn and give it to the up back, who will get about 5-6 yards to the 15-yard line. That was Gary Bruce on the run. So 4th down and 14 yards to go for the Commandos, and they will have to punt yet again, as back deep for the Blue Devils will be Todd Tressler this time, standing just near the midfield stripe. Back to punt will be Vogler. Snap to Vogler is good. He gets it away, wobbly kick, as Tressler takes it to about the 47-yard line. Backpedals, now he comes up 45 and down to about the 42-yard line, as he is taken down there by Bill Lawrence. So, Tommy, the Blue Devils in wonderful starting position at the 42-yard line of the Commandos.
Terry, what about that kick and return?
Vogler, 27 yards on the punt. Reeder returns it 5 yards as Lebanon sets up in good field position at the Hendersonville 42.
1st down, 10 yards to go for the Blue Devils. Last time they touched the ball, Reeder handed it to his tailback Sellers for a big run, and then he threw it. Sellers not in there. Number 5, Chris Stafford, the tailback, in the eye. Wide receivers left and right. The up man, Grissom, gets the ball, and he powers through the line down to the 37-yard line, 6-7 yards on that play. He's taken down by Tom Becker, and LaShawn Pillow in there with it as well. But so far, Tommy, the Blue Devils seem to be running the ball rather well.
Well, we have run the football well early and getting all the back